men's money in the bank.
You think he's gonna pull one of those
You
this year?
remember Michael Cole said that on Money in the Bank video
About Io
money
Sky?
in the bank.
I'm pretty sure if you go back now, because when we rewatched it again, because I remember that year was so good, they edited it, and his word slip did not make it, but shit, it made us laugh.
Best body in the here is you.
Well, hopefully I can find the original,
Yes.
and if not, I'll add it in. If not, then if I don't add it in, then I didn't find the original.
Yeah.
They edited it. Michael Cole was like,
People
"Miss
probably-
money in the."
Best body in the here is you.
Yeah,
You
his
remember
voice
that?
like screeched. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Some people who are listening right now are probably like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Yeah, Money in the Bank predictions, people. That's what we're talking about.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I can't
I'm
believe
excited
it's
for the 4
like-
matches.
Already here.
Yeah. What? No, there has to be 5 because. Oh wait, women's Money in the Bank, men's Money in the Bank. Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Laura Vicaria, Becky Lynch. Okay, so which one do you want to start with first?
I think we should start with the order that I put them in.
Oh, okay. Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes feels like a very Marvel versus Capcom type of match.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the hits in there, got the greats in there. Got the this is the what do they call it? The All-Star match or the Pro Bowl match.
Do you think that's gonna be the main event? I hope not. I seriously
probably.
hope. I
It
seriously
probably will be.
I seriously hope
Honestly, probably will be.
I feel like
'Cause
men's
they're not gonna. They never end. Yeah, oddly enough, they never end the Money in the Bank with the Money in the Bank.
not. No way.
I don't think so. I don't think they ever did that. Might be wrong.
What?
Might be wrong, people.
Yes,
my
correct
wrestling
us.
memory isn't as good recently as it was from when I was a child, but I'm pretty sure they haven't done that.
Wow. Well, we'll fact check that. But Logan Paul, you're right. I saw this match being compared to like a generic like Temu version of when it was Seth and Cody and Rock and Roman. This is like they're trying to this is the Temu version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're very much. Yeah,
You can see that, yeah.
I can see that.
So yeah, I think it's probably gonna end with Logan and John Cena.
Yeah, looking at John Cena somehow, Travis Scott's gonna get involved or some bullshit. The Rock's not gonna show up, and then
Someone will get involved to help them win. Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're both cheaters.
yeah, that's been the pattern with John Cena's heel character is he's just uses the dirtiest way possible to win.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He
gonna
really
happen.
hasn't won clean.
Yeah, and I think that's just all part of the plan. It's all
Yeah.
part of the heel character, I guess. Yeah, so we got that, and then Laura Vicaria versus Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. I think Becky Lynch is gonna win it. I mean, she basically
Mhm.
foreshadowed it in her own promo when a couple weeks ago when she said like, "Yeah, I'm fucking gonna be Becky Hogan. I'm gonna take everything."
Yeah, I definitely think so. I feel like, she couldn't win it right away.
No, not too quick, but now's the time.
Yep, I feel
It's
it.
been- it's been-
Everybody wants it. I
Yeah,
know I
because she
do.
returned already at WrestleMania, and then they had the falling out, and then they wrestled once for it, and then now, so it's
It's
probably gonna
happening, people.
Probably gonna happen now, but of course the two main matches for the pay-per-view, of course, it's called Money in the Bank, is the women's Money in the Bank match: Stephanie Verkeer, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, Rhea, and Julia. This is actually gonna be pretty. I think the women's probably gonna be better than the men's.
This is gonna be really good, and the fact that
The
it
women's
has
always better than the men's.
I feel so too. And like, if you realize, these are 3 call-ups that just happened. Stephanie
Yeah.
just moved to Raw, literally just a few days ago, and Julia and Roxanne were moved not that long ago.
Is
maybe
that a
less than
good
month.
sign or a bad sign that they need female talent right now? Because who? I mean, no, because you could have put
Chelsea?
Chelsea in there. You could have put Liv Morgan in there. You could have put Raquel in there. You could have put Naomi in there. You could have put
Naomi's in there.
Jade. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry. You could have put
Bianca?
Bianca and Jade, and
I think they're kind of spot fillers. I think Rhea's gonna win.
Really?
Rhea's never been in a ladder match.
Yes, so she's therefore never been in a Money in the Bank. So yep.
I have a feeling.
Yep. I mean, and it would just make sense. I mean, they couldn't have Rhea and Damien both in the Judgment Day with Money in the Bank. So yeah, now's her time.
Yes, I feel it. I'm so happy
Yeah.
about this. But yeah, with Stephanie and like Julia and Roxanne, that was one thing. Is just like not. I didn't really mean to call them like spot fillers because like they're good and I like them. I just feel like it's like good enough for them that they're even in the match. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. I definitely don't see them
call
winning.
up.
Yeah. Now Naomi is a big maybe.
Yeah, Naomi's
feel.
a wild card. Yeah.
Yes.
She's very much could win.
I wouldn't be upset about that either.
Yeah.
I don't think, because I've been really liking her Proceed with Caution character. So
Stephanie Vaqueri, too new. Alexa Bliss. I mean, like I said, we really don't know what's going on with her.
Alexa will probably disappear again after this.
Yes, because like I was telling you, just a little, when we were talking one day, is just like, yeah, she's holding on to still kind of to that Fiend gimmick, but she's not associated with the White Six. And it's like, because that's really the only gimmick that she's really had that kind of stuck and kind of people liked, because it's like, if Alexa Bliss doesn't have a gimmick like that, then she's just Liv Morgan. So
whoa, since we're on the topic of Alexa Bliss, there's something I've been meaning to tell you, just kind of side comment. Did you see the post on Facebook, because we're kind of in the same wrestling groups? Did you see the post on Facebook where somebody ordered a Lily doll? And they did a side-by-side comparison of the website and what they got, and it's like extremely bad.
Well, that just goes to show they're not paying much attention to the quality of her character.
Exactly, that
around.
Definitely makes sense with along with what you were saying.
Yeah, so I don't really see that happening unless they just want to do a whole big push and rebrand for her right now, but maybe not. Especially with them probably focusing more on these call-ups.
Yeah,
Roxanne Perez, speaking of which, call-up still too new. Naomi, like we said, wild card. Rhea, probably the pick. Naomi's a wild card. Or Naomi's the Joker, Rhea's the Ace, and then Julia's also too new. So okay, yeah, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, we got LA Knight, we got Penta, we got Andrade, we got Solo Sikoa, we got Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. I'm gonna say most likely the Ace is gonna be Seth Rollins. The wild card might be LA Knight, though. The Joker might be LA Knight.
So that's I agree like half with what you're saying. So I'm gonna say that I think Seth Rollins will win. I think that my Joker would be El Grande, though.
Really? You think somehow he's...
I think because of it really seems to me as like a viewer that he's been getting like a kind of a big push.
Yeah, but for what
exactly.
reason?
No, I'm not. I'm like
there has
actually
to be
complaining
some kind
about
of payoff with that.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the thing. Is like, yeah, we just gotta wait and see. But it's like, what are they doing with that?
I feel like they're not even taking him seriously. Like, everybody kind of made a joke about this past week whenever, like, El Grande is literally in a match, but he's, like, wearing, like, Chad Gable shoes. It's like, if you're really gonna, like, really play into something, like, go all in. Like,
maybe he
tell
did that
him,
for people can start talking about it.
I guess so. But, yeah, I just don't really get him, and I don't really understand why he's become so popular right now. I feel like a lot of people don't really like him.
It's just the fun and the mystery. I mean,
there's no mystery.
Yeah, it's just the fun and the gimmick and the angle he's trying out. Where it's like, that's the whole point. Is that that's the fun in it. Is that there is no mystery. It's supposed to be a mystery. Like, who is this guy? But it's like, we clearly know. So it just falls into like the fun and the comedy of aspect of wrestling. But at the same time, it's like not really. Cases like that don't really get pushed this hard. So It's like, what are they doing with this? Like, at this point, this would be, kind of on par with the Santino character, or a freaking, I don't know, a Fandango character. But it's like, they never even pushed this hard, like I said. So what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly.
It could just be a filler in the match, and it's just whatever.
Yeah, but see, if you're gonna put a filler, I feel like, I've been really thinking that Karrion Kross should be getting a push. And he just hasn't been, so I would just say that if I were going to replace anybody, it would be El Grande, and I kind of would hope that Karrion Kross would have been in this.
Yeah. You think you think they'll do something where he gets... I mean, they've done that before in multiple different matches, Money in the Banks, Elimination Chambers, Royal Rumbles, where somebody gets hurt or knocked out, and then somebody else takes their place.
Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know.
No,
because
I don't think so.
He's kind of been there, but...
I think they're waiting on the Karrion Kross push, honestly, which...
Well,
it might be too late by the time they decide to do it.
Oh, no, it is, because according to something I saw today, which actually, that's why it made me think, like, dang, like, he should have been in Money in the Bank because that could have been it. Well, his contract is already up in, like, a few months.
Yep.
So if he doesn't get a move on.
No, hopefully they renew it. Yeah, I heard about that. They haven't spoke or
nobody's
yet,
reached out to him.
What's going on with WWE, people? I mean, I know we've had jokes and not jokes, but storylines and gimmicks of corporations and the corporate ministry and the corporation and the authority and all this stuff. And there's another one in there. Well, technically, you can throw Evolution in there as like kind of a corporate WWE storyline, but now it's really corporate. Like, as much as all the storylines as there were before of like people going corporate and Kane going corporate and Seth Rollins going corporate and the Ministry of Darkness going corporate, it's like, no, WWE is in the real corporate phase because what? I mean, you're talking about Slim Jim on the tables?
Not Slim Jim on the tables.
On the tables?
It's like they tested it, I feel, with like Logan Paul, because what happened to from here
Stone
on
Cold
out,
going corporate? That was the other thing I was thinking about. But go ahead.
Every premium live event, Prime will be in the middle of the ring. They made it this whole huge deal. Logan Paul announced it and everything. And like now Prime is like a little like on
because
turnbuckle.
Because that was like I feel like that was like a test for them to
Exactly.
be like, oh, we can do it with all these other companies. Put you in on the middle, put you in on the sides, on the turnbuckles. We can do a little station. We can do a little on the tables. Next thing you know, we'll put freaking logos on the wrestlers' cocks, and we're just making money everywhere. Meanwhile, TKO is like in a freaking debt right now.
Oh God. That's why they're sending people home.
Yeah.
Poor R-Truth. But apparently he wanted it. He wanted it.
Yeah, people were like chanting like we want R-Truth and stuff, but yeah, dude's getting up there, and it's like now everybody cares about R-Truth. It's like, okay, you didn't care when the first everyone's talking about now when he had the match with John Cena. And nobody cared when he had that John Cena was like 08, 09 Capital Punishment when he had the when R-Truth, they tried to actually do a little heel turn with R-Truth and he went against John Cena with that's when little Jimmy was born. So people liked the little Jimmy, so that did get over. The little Jimmy got over. But at the end of the day, none of you motherfuckers ordered that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Nobody paid $60 for a match that had Jack Swagger versus Big Show and R-Truth versus John Cena on it. Like, you didn't care about R-Truth back then.
Yeah.
Why are you acting like you care about him now? As a matter of fact, when he was K-Quick, not a lot of you know about K-Quick. What you know about that K-Quick? You don't know anything about K-Quick.
Drop it in the comments.
You didn't care about K-Quick. Now you want to care about R-Truth. No, but I think people say like Mark Henry, like Vince McMahon wouldn't release R-Truth in a million years. But yeah, maybe, obviously he wanted more money and TKO was like, no, but that's another thing too, is like the whole thing circling back around with corporate. Maybe R-Truth said no because they were maybe offering him too little money.
Yeah.
Like, Vince loved R-Truth. Vince was giving him the bag.
Yeah.
Vince gave him and TKO was like, no, we're not doing
That's what
this.
I said. Yeah, he probably thought like, okay, well, I'll stay depending on the price. And if the price isn't good enough, well then, he probably had it set already and it, like you said, it just wasn't enough. So he was just like, maybe it's a sign.
Then, see, whose fault is that at the end of the day? Like, I mean, if TKO, well, like I said, they're in debt. But if they really are a billion-dollar company, like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me extra 20 grand.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. But, yeah, so I think that's good. We have Money in the Bank this weekend. I'm excited. I always love premium live event weekends.
Well, NXT scooping up. Are you talking about NXT scooping up AEW talent? That's the last note you had here. Was that talking about Mariah May?
Basically,
yeah, she
Mariah
just basically
May.
had her only thing imprint in AEW was the whole feud with Toni Storm, and then she dipped. She's like, I'm gonna have this whole 3-year-long feud with Toni Storm, and then I'm out.
She has so many matches with her, and it was so pointless.
Yes. It's
I don't know.
talk
Maybe
about...
I can actually pay attention to her because, like, I didn't even care to like follow that storyline in AEW because I just like disliked Toni Storm that much.
I still get her confused with the other girl. Maybe now I'll get them confused. Cameron.
Harley Cameron?
Harley Cameron, yeah.
How do you get them confused?
I don't know. Because all blondes look the same to me.
It's not because they have big tits or anything.
I mean, yeah, they basically have the same, like...
They have the same physique.
Barbie doll look. They have the same T-body.
The same T-body, yeah. Both bodies are T.
Watch the CayVin Universe for that.
That conversation.
But yeah.
Nice.
Alright. Fuck off.